Mhm. Bookworm, what's up, Bookworm? How you doing? You doing okay? You away. What's going on, Bookworm? Just chilling, Bookworm. Waiting for my partners to come in, so we can get back to doing what we like to do. Talk about fun stuff. Talk about stuff we like. You know, about to get back into my podcasting real heavy. What's up, Spade? Get you in. Shout out Bookworm. Good to see you. Hear you. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I am sore.
So you sore?
I am sore.
So you had a good one. Had a good one.
Had a great match last night, man. Donnie Prime Time and I win. That is my first singles match in over 5 years.
Mhm.
Because anytime I step back in the ring since my uh, latest retirement, I was either in a battle royal or tag team matches, so I didn't really have to do a whole lot. But
Uh
this
huh.
time I had to carry a show, and luckily my as I call it, my dance partner carried me, so it was good. But yes, I'm pretty sore.
That's what's up, man. I know once I seen the article in the Twitter page. I don't know what I think it was your page that Twitter with the with y'all two on there like talking
Yeah,
going back and forth. Okay.
yeah.
And I was like, yo, that was nice. That was nice right there. What's up, ASAP? So that was nice right there. So I was like, oh, I definitely wish I could have been able to make it. What's up, Laura? I wish I could have been able to make it. But how long did it last?
It went about 10 minutes. The
10 minute
match in
match.
itself went about 10 minutes, and he hooked me with a dragon sleeper, man, and a passed out. So he
Oh,
got the
for
W on
real?
that one. Yeah.
What kind of storyline did y'all have for it? Like,
I think his storyline is going to where I want to say somewhat similar to Mickey James in that if he loses a match, he must retire or something like that. So he's been on a winning streak and he's been hiding. And man, like I said, it was just a great match. So he's really getting up there. I think he's gearing up for a heavyweight title run.
mm-hmm.
And I told Dump, I said, yeah, if so, I'm like, I want my crack shot at him. I said, I want my rematch with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the crowd was hot, man. The crowd is live. They're gonna put it on I think on their YouTube channel, on the New South YouTube channel.
Okay.
and it's on whatever other internet wrestling TV show that they do. So it'll be on that as well. So y'all stay tuned for it.
Okay. What city y'all was in?
We were in Moulton actually.
Oh, y'all was in Moulton. Okay, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. I remember you told me that. Okay. I remember you said
yeah.
you was in Moulton.
Then the next show is going to be the Halloween show this coming Saturday in Hartsel. For scheduling
Ah.
conflict, I won't be able to make that one. But if it
Okay.
opens up, I'm gonna try to come through.
Okay. Yeah, they always have some pretty good Halloween shows,
Yeah.
especially when the younger crowd come in there. They what I'm saying, they get to have a little extra fun too. So
Oh yeah.
that right there will be real fun to see. I hope
Oh yeah.
I hope I'll be able to make that. That'll be nice to go to right there, man. Um. So what's up, OG? So
OG, what's happening?
you supposed to stop. He wanted them. I'm get him to stop through. Uh. What's oh
Oh,
OG? What's
hey,
up,
hey,
man?
what's up?
What's going on with you?
I'm up.
Appreciate it, ASAP. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Uh,
What's happening, bro?
you he was telling us about his match the other day. You
Yeah,
know what
hey,
I'm
how'd it
saying?
go, man?
Man, the match was awesome. Um, Donnie Prime Time and I, man, we really went at it for a solid 10 minutes. There wasn't too many dead spots, and I'm I'm sitting there thinking like I was telling Cook earlier. This is my first singles match in 5 years.
Oh,
So I'm worried, of course, you're worried about stinking the joint up and stuff like that. And it's like, oh man, like what's going to happen, blah, blah. But I did pretty good. He helped me, carried me pretty much through the match. And he ended up winning, hooked me with the, dragon sleeper, and I passed out. So, but it was good. But it was good because I tweeted later, and I even put on my notorious 187 pages that he got the victory, but I got something just as important because I got the respect from the crowd. Like I got a standing ovation afterwards. So like I can't ask for anything better than that. It's just you. Yeah, it's good to win. Don't get me wrong, but it's like when you over with the crowd like that from a performance standpoint, it's just like God, man. They standing up and clapping. They appreciate the effort that I gave. It's a lot like Rocky. Best way I can describe
hey, was that your first time working with him?
it. Yes and no, because I worked with him in Battle Royals and in a tag 8-man tag team match.
Oh, okay,
But it was my
but that
first
was your
time
first
working with
one-on-one with him, though.
right. Mm-hmm.
You got a question down there at the pin comment.
ASAP says, "What is my finisher?" Um, I pretty much use the rock bottom as my finish. I like my character's pattern after the rock anyway. So and so I was like, all right, but I don't take everything that he do. But rock bottom is my finish. It's easy, it's devastating, it's effective. Up.
Um, what else I wanted to ask you about that? Was it what other good matches was there any other good matches that caught your eye, or did you like leave right after you got through?
No, I stayed. Let's see, what other match caught my eye? Ronaldo Freeman Perez. He's been on NWA, so he had a great match last night.
Oh, Perez made the NWA.
Yeah, man, he pinned Matt Cardona twice now.
Get
Ooh,
out of here! I didn't know that.
Keep an eye on Perez, man. Perez is doing his
So he
thing,
done
man.
stepped up. So he done stepped all the way up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Dang. Okay. Dang, I didn't. Wow, that's dope. That's dope.
yeah, man. Perez made NWA, man, and then
restarting.
let's see, we did two two TV tapings last night. So Brandon and what's the guy's name? I forgot his name, but they main evented the second show. Donnie and I main evented the first show.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Brandon main evented the second show, and the dude that he wrestled, man, he does like a golfer gimmick.
Hmm.
And then, like, I was looking at him like getting in gear and everything, and I'm sitting there like, hey man, this dude's gear is badass for a golfer, you know. And he can really work. So he was really good. He can really work.
So Brandon had a good match too.
Brandon had a good match too. So the crowd was rocking and rolling, man. But like I said, when Perez came out, they introduced him. You know, they gave him a big build up and everything. They went crazy. I was like, yeah, man. So people were texting me and everything like, who's this little dude? I said, this little dude is like, from the from NWA, man. I said, he's big time.
That's dope, man. That is dope. I'm tripping on that. Like that's, I mean, like hard, when you put in the work, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and like for the people that don't know him, like you know what I'm saying, he's a small character too. So it's like when you see the type of, you know what I mean, feel his fineness. World Series, we going.
What if I did that again?
He might be small in stature, but he's big in character.
So, but yeah, I guess OG having a problem with his phone
What's
again.
up, Shane?
He'll probably be able to come back. But anyway, let's get into Black Album, man.
Woo, boy,
Let's
what
get,
a
you know what I
movie!
mean. Is not so is we spoiler alerting it, or is we just you know what I mean?
This is
How is
our
we
show.
how we
This is
going
our
at it?
show. This is our show. So we want folks spoilers. We tell us spoilers.
Come on, man. We gotta celebrate, man. My boys. We going to the World Series.
Oh yeah, oh
We
yeah,
going to the World Series. Yeah, we just won. We just won. I'm looking at it now. World Series, baby.
man.
The Phillies, you know what I mean? And our Eagles 6-0. So yeah, we feeling good. We feeling good. We feeling good. We feeling good. Bye week so we can rest. But yeah, man. But yeah, man. So I guess to start out with the rest on the wrestling tip, um, uh, uh, where was we at? Where was I at? Where was we at? There go OG.
We were gonna start out either
Oh,
wrestling
my
or
bad. I mean, Black Adam. Black Adam. I'm
Black
sorry.
Adam.
Black Adam. Black Adam. My bad. My bad. That win got me, had me going. Y'all good, OG?
Yeah,
Okay.
just lost
Uh,
sound.
okay.
OG, your brother up here having problems, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, the World
Oh,
Series. World Series. We going. We just punched our ticket. Uh, but Black Adam, man, we just gonna jump right on into it. You know what I'm saying? Spoiler alert. So anyone, I don't want to mess it up for you. But we're gonna get into it. Now what about you, OG? Have you seen, heard anything before we
I, I just know um, about a certain cameo, but like I don't like I haven't like looked into it like to try like I ain't trying to spoil it for myself. You know what I mean? Before I see it, but like one thing got spoiled for me. I don't consider, and you guys know what I'm talking. I consider that a spoiler. I consider that like a wish come true, an answer to people that were to happen. But as far as the cameo, but something was spoiled for me, and I was kind of bummed out about it. But I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if it's a permanent thing or if this person's gonna come back or something. But it's like
Okay,
the
well,
Doctor Fate thing was spoiled for me.
okay. I figured that's where you were going with
You
that
know what I
anyway.
mean?
So
And like
we
because I really like Pierce Brosnan a lot, and I think it's dope that for him to be Doctor Fate. Like I think he looked amazing, but like I said, like I haven't seen it, so I don't know how exactly that's gonna.
I'll we'll go ahead and jump into that. So with respect to OG, like we won't spoil too much of it. But Dr. Fate, man, like Pierce Brosnan did an excellent job as Dr. Fate.
Mhm.
Um, there were certain things that were nuanced in the movie, which every movie and TV show live action is going to be like that. You had where, like if you watched the Justice League cartoon or read the comics, if you're familiar with Dr. Fate, Nabu, the spirit that really inhabits his helmet, talks to him a lot. So he didn't really get that in the movie. He would
Mhm.
see, which he always saw visions of the future, and would always be like, okay, I can see, vision of this person or whatever, whatever it is. I just can't see my own fate, and that was always his premise. But this one, it was like, he kind of saw it. He saw what saw Hawkman's fate and saw his own. He just didn't have the presence of Nabu speaking to him
Mhm.
a whole. So if you didn't, if you weren't familiar with Doctor Fate, you didn't pick up on it, and it wasn't a big deal. And if you were, then it's kind of like, ah man, blah blah. But again, you're never going to get a 100% comic book accurate movie. It's like
Mhm.
you're not going to live in that day and age, so just kind of get away from that and thinking like, hey, we're watching somebody else's vision and the way they did the film. But
Sure.
I think for me, Black Adam was kept right on right in line. I would have liked to have been a little bit more villainous, but
Mhm.
I get
Hey,
it.
I,
What'd you say, OG?
I okay, I heard that that the movie is really really good, obviously, but I heard
Mhm.
that certain people might think it's way from the comics, but I heard it's because they pulled certain origins from New 52, they pulled certain things from Crisis. So that's why it doesn't seem like, oh, this is exactly how it happened. That is exactly how it happened from this arc. That is exactly how it happened from this arc. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The only real difference I heard was that for example, like what Spade just said about him being a little more villainy, because hey, doesn't he kill his nephew in the book to get the powers?
Yeah, and before the New 52, yeah.
But like in the movie, they don't go that route, right? They go his son sacrifices himself or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, I mean, and that's one of those things where I think he should have killed him. But I, you know what I mean? But I guess them just like giving Thanos a reason for people to sympathize with why he wiped out half the population.
Yeah.
That like, hey, have Black Adam, have him kill his handicapped nephew like he did. Like, make
Mhm.
show that nastiness of him. Show it, man. Like
Yeah, they did. They definitely
he's
did.
a bad guy.
Like,
He's not an anti.
yeah,
He's not. You know what I mean? Like,
he's definitely playing him as an
but that's
anti-hero.
just me. I'm not trying to make the movie all dark. I just like make a
I
good
agree with you.
villain movie and make the villain a fucking villain. Make him a
Right.
Villain, yes,
villain.
yes.
Don't have the audience sympathize with, oh well, he was bullied as a child or she
Right.
was picked on or this and that. That's why I don't care. I don't care why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
The fact is they're grown up, they're an adult doing bad stuff, and that's that, man. That's
They're a
that.
villain
That's
for a reason.
that's all I want to see. At least one good time. Show a villain's origin where you don't have where you hate him. He's a bad guy. You're supposed to hate him. You're not supposed to cheer the villain. I get it if you like certain bad guys or whatever, but like in general, man, you supposed to hate them. You're supposed to hate. There's a good guy and there's a bad guy.
Right.
You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like
You're supposed to love to hate him,
that's
like
just
a
I don't know.
bad
That's just
guy,
how I feel about it, man.
like a bad guy that you love to hate. You know,
I
but
feel
that
that.
he didn't play him like that. He's definitely playing him kind of like I thought he was. You know, he kind of making him a. It's like he's a superhero that kills people. Like he kills the bad guys. Like he still helps people, protects people, but he kills the bad guy. That's as far as they kind of take it. And but I agree with you, OG man. I wish he would have just kept it straight villain. But it's the
And see
Rocks.
that's what I would say. You know, like I would hope they would kept it more, man, made him more villainous. Overall, I did enjoy the movie. Um, I would give it like, you know, maybe a 4 out of 5 stars. That's just my personal ranking.
Yeah, yeah. I'd give
When
it like an 8 out of 10.
you know, and so when I watched it, I'm watching. I'm not seeing The Rock on screen because you know you often see many actors and they're portraying, but you're like it's still them. They're not completely submerged into that character.
Yeah, he
This
did
one
good
I
at that.
feel he was completely submerged into his character.
Yeah, he wasn't
And
doing
like
this shit.
right,
He
you
wasn't.
know, there was no WWE references whatsoever. It was, you know, he talked kind of grizzly, so his voice was a little bit more growly. Um, and this was I would say one nitpick criticism that I had is about as much as I have here, which is none. Is like I wish he had an
Man.
accent, but I get him not having an accent in it, and I'm like, you know, you can pick that apart, but you can look past that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool for me. Him not having remorse for killing anybody. I'm like, okay, now you're staying along the lines of the character, kind of how it went in the book.
Yeah,
I get, you know, with what they're doing now with Black Adam, making him more anti, like Reno said, just like OG was saying. But you don't want to see, again, to that point, you don't want to see sympathetic villains. I've said this many, many times on all of our shows. I'm tired of sympathetic villains. Give me just a straight a-hole villain that either I'm root for somebody kicking his ass or be like, yo, man, he just wiped everybody out. Like, that's messed up.
yeah, 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 yeah. And even the villain in the movie wasn't. He wasn't really fleshed out like that. That was kind of weird. Like they just Sabak just was at the end, and it was just like it wasn't much to him. You know what I mean? Like they didn't build him up at all. Hawkman was dope. Doctor Fate was dope.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody was dope. And to keep it a buck, like it had its corny superhero movie moments, but it's a superhero movie, so of course, you know what I'm saying. It's gonna have that, and that's all right. It wasn't the movie I would have made. Like I would have made it way darker and you know grittier, but it probably wouldn't be as successful because
Oh my god.
this movie kind of was more on the lines of like an Avengers movie, like a MCU film, than it was like a Snyder cut film. Like it didn't really follow. It wasn't really like the normal DC movies or the typical DC movies have been. It was more like a Marvel movie in the vibe of it, the tone of it. I mean, would you say that, Spade?
Uh, Slightly. I would say it was more, well, yeah, I would say that, you know, slightly in that tone. Um, but
Yeah,
still
not the
having a
look of
nice
it, but sort of the feel of it, the way
the
the
feel.
actors
Right.
acted and the lighthearted jokes and things. But
Because and that was my only thing was like with Adam Smasher. I would have just been like with him, I would have made him more serious or I would have taken him out and replaced him with somebody else. You know, I knew somebody was gonna be comedy relief. I didn't know, you know, necessarily gonna be him because I thought he would have had a pardon the term, term, bigger role than what he had. But you know, it was like he was the young guy, whatever. So he was, you know, cracking jokes and stuff, and it's like, okay, I'm not watching Bad Boys 3. You know,
right,
it's like I'm watching, you know, a DC film, and
yeah,
uh, he should have been, to me, like I said, it should have been a little bit more. You could have probably kept the original Al Rothstein or something, but make him a little bit more serious. Don't have him as jokey or as comical because that kind of took away from the film. But you know,
Hmm.
like I said, it
hmm
is what it is. I do know, like you just said, Reno, like in most superhero movies, you're gonna have your lighthearted moments, and you should,
yeah,
but it shouldn't be, you know, sprinkle it through. Don't, you
yeah,
know, put it in kind of spread it. Just kind of sprinkle it here and there.
yeah. Don't Taika Waititi it.
Yeah.
What part of the movie did caught your attention the most? You know what I'm saying? As far as like, oh man, that's like your moment. Like, what was your moment of the movie?
Let's see. To answer OG's question, on the Adam Smasher, he was a descendant. He was like Al Rothstein Jr. He was his nephew, so he was named after. And I was like, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. Y'all was on the. They could have even made Adam Smasher bad guy. I mean, the Flash did it, and it worked. But they could have done something different with Adam Smasher. But the one that caught my attention was the very first appearance of Black Adam after she released him from the tomb.
Mm.
That was the one that caught me because then like everybody, you know, again like with most super power people, shooting bullets and they bouncing off of them and you still shooting them. It's like, oh no, drop the gun and get the hell out of there. And when he caught dude and, you know, just looked at him and just, you know, electrified him and jogging. I mean, you see him like doing this and then his skin starts melting off. Was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I liked it. That they gave a good. That was a dope. I liked how they added that extra that little piece of darkness right there. You know, seeing somebody melt away and all that. You know what I'm saying?
It was dope.
What about you?
Black Adam took the villain and ripped him in half at the end. That shit was dope.
Yeah, that was shit.
That was great. Like the shit like that, like the violence factor was up there. Like they even had to remove scenes to keep it PG-13 because that shit was rated R. You saw it, right, Cooks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw it.
What
That's why I asked. I definitely like the for one, I liked it the actor that was driving the little van, the uncle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, he got a series on Hulu. It's called Mo on Netflix. It's called Mo.
Oh yeah.
And that's what, like, I didn't realize that was him until I watched this show. And when I watched that show and I watched all the way through and I was like, man, then see him, you know what I mean? That's one thing that's just one little thing that caught my attention. I was like, oh, that's dope right there. He helped with that you know, there's always one character in there that's regular, that's funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
And something else caught my attention when he was in the when they had it when he told dude, don't ever let me speak my name again, and he called Shazam and he went back to his regular self. Then they put him in that tomb and put that thing in him.
Yeah.
And then, you know, how Dr. Fate kind of used his mind power to talk to him and make him come back because he needed help. That was my part. I liked that part. You know what I'm saying?
I liked seeing Black Adam whooping them dudes' ass with no powers. Just Seth Adam showing that he was dope without the powers. He was still dope. Like when you know what I'm saying? So that was cool too. When he first came out the tank.
Yeah.
You know
it was dope. The you know, Dr. Fate sacrificing himself. I mean, spoiler alert, obviously, everybody, but Dr. Fate sacrificing himself, that was dope.
And you know what's funny about that? The previews trick you. Because if you did, I know you watched the previews, but you know they put out at least 3 or 4 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Out of one of the previews, you know, they show Hawkeye getting stabbed through the chest. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's kind of like, damn, like, man, y'all fucking it up. You know, that moment was like, man, but I'm still gonna watch it. And then when Dr. Fate was showing his visions in his head every time he touched the helmet, and it showed Hawkeye going out like in the first few minutes. I'm like, dang, they already, you know what I mean? So it's going. Then it come that moment when he said, well, I'm finna change. I'm finna make this change. I'm thinking, what he finna do? I'm like, he's still gonna die though. Yeah. And then when it come to it and it actually happened and he actually learned how to use the helmet. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that moment right there got me good. I was like, oh, okay. So no wonder. I'm like, good job, previews. Y'all got us pretty good because, you know, somebody would get pissed off and be like, no, I don't want to watch it because Hawkman died. And they'll be like, no, he didn't. Like, yeah, he did because the preview. Then you'll be like, you got to watch the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. you got to know the story of Hawkman. It's like anytime he dies, he's reincarnated.
Mm.
And
That's
that's kind of what I was, when I saw that, I was like, okay, cool. Hawkman ain't gonna die. So I was like, that was fine with me because I'm like, all right,
Anybody who know about
Hawkman died.
Hawkman know that
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like a future movie. He gonna come back. I'm
so.
like,
So let me ask you this: so with him, even though he had that helmet, and when what you call stabbed him, and then he was like, and he popped, all that was like that was kind of like a homage, a call out, a homage to what he can really do.
mm,
Yep.
You know what I mean? Okay.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah. The dude that played Hawkeye, I've been watching a show with him in it too, called City on the Hill on Showtime. Wait, is it Showtime or Stars? I think it's Showtime. It's like Kevin Bacon and that dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, he plays a lawyer named DeCourcy. He's like the star of the show. I just watched 3 seasons of that show. I just binged it, and I didn't know he was in Black Adam. So I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, oh shit, that's the dude from City on the Hill. So he been acting.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he's not new. Like
yeah.
Rock selected him personally for the
Hmm.
role of Hawkeye.
Yeah, he must
I
have
mean
been watching
Hawkman.
that
I'm
show
sorry.
because he kind of acts like, you know what I'm saying? Like he got that same kind of demeanor that he had
Mm,
on that show. So I bet you The Rock was like, yo, uh, yeah, do like you do on City on the Hill.
Mhm. Okay. Um. So then we get to let's jump to forward to the part where he smashed the chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that scene, the only thing that confused me from that to the post credit is it making that's the part that made me wonder like what's going on right there. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like we go from that to the speech that's made and all that, and then he do the sit in the chair. You know what I mean? And
I mean,
then
he didn't want to be a ruler. Like he didn't want to be a dictator. He didn't want to be a king or nothing like that and rule the city. So
right,
he was like, fuck that, and he destroyed the throne. Like they don't need to be a throne. There ain't gonna be no king, but I'll be the protector.
right
So
now,
I guess that's just setting him up to be a superhero, an anti-superhero, anti-hero. Like the super.
cause
In the comics, don't he, Spade? Don't he try to join the Justice League, and they don't
he
want to have
did.
him because they think he's really, but he trying to convince them that he changed his ways or something. But he refused to not kill the bad guys. That's why they don't want him in there, right?
He ended up joining. They actually had him as a full-fledged member, but you're
Okay.
right. He was just like, his attitude thing, like towards killing people, was just like, I'm still gonna kill them,
Right.
if they're just pose a threat or, i.e., beyond the point of redemption. And it caused him and Superman to butt heads a lot. And that's the only reason. That's the reason why Shazam left the Justice League.
Mm.
okay. Good. That's a good. I'm glad to know that. I
Mm.
didn't know that. I'm glad you said that because I sure didn't know that. So what's your thoughts on the post credit scene? Like uh,
I know you
of
love
course,
that shit, Spade.
everybody wanted to, all the fans of that wanted to see that.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
thought
I'm
about
saying?
Spade and I seen that when they played the song, the theme song from the
You know
'70s
what I
movie.
mean? Now,
Mm.
what I'm asking is, which is where I was going with it, what I was talking about is like that whole situation. Where are they getting it from? You know what I'm saying?
Um, how can I actually accurately put this? Like how Amanda Waller's still in charge of Task Force X,
Hmm.
and she always sends them to places where the Justice League won't go. I
Mm.
want to say maybe they're trying to play it up on her and the Justice League kind of have this mutual, thing going to where it's like, all right, y'all deal with the supervillains and we'll deal with the threats that y'all shouldn't have to deal with. You know, the dirt stuff. But I guess with her, it's just like her thing was always control. If
Yeah,
something is powerful, she's gonna try to control it. All right, you can have your power, but I'm your overlord
like she
type
told
deal.
Black Adam, you can do what you want to do, but you can't leave Kandak.
Right. So with that, and then it was like Black Adam was like basically, I'm do what I want to do. You know, nobody on this planet can stop me. And it's like when he said that, it's just like,
She said, "I
yeah,
got somebody
yeah.
for you." Yeah,
So
I got.
then like, he shows up and it's just like I looked at him, I was like, holy shit, but I saw the spoiler alert too. But everybody, we only I went to a late show and so they only had probably like maybe 50 people in the theater. And you just hear people go, ooh,
Yeah,
and then they stood up and clapped after. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
yeah, yeah. That was great, man.
it was, man. It was. I was like, I was really happy. It was like, Rock fought hard to get Henry Cavill back as Superman, and I think that trying to progress with more movies for him, even his own solo movie, but more movies for him. And it's like now it's to the point of like if I'm segue this, I'm gonna get back to my point, but if anybody has not seen the short, it's about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes long. Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam
Yeah.
animated movie. Like, dude, watch it. Like, that shit was great.
Yeah, I watched that.
Wait,
Watched it twice.
what is it? It's
Yeah.
animated short.
Yeah, it's animated short. It's about 15, 20 minutes long. It's Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I posted a picture of it on my Instagram page,
Okay,
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's real good. I liked it. I
Yeah.
watched it twice.
where
It
can
give you a good.
is it on like HBO Max or something?
I found it at a Dollar Tree for like $1.25. So
Oh, on a
I
DVD.
watched it online. I watched it online, so I'm pretty sure you can probably find it anywhere where you can
yeah,
find
online too.
animation movies.
Yeah, I got to see that.
I'm saying
But it,
also, go ahead. I'm sorry, Spade. What you say?
I was like, but it's if what's coming, which would be a Shazam, Black Adam, Superman type crossover type deal. If they're going through with that, that would be a great way to lead into it. To kind of tell the story, because we all know, and I'm the biggest Superman fan as anybody, but we all know that he's vulnerable to magic, and Shazam and Black Adam's powers
Right.
stem from magic. Well, in the animated cartoon, Black Adam, his villainous side was definitely shown because he was whooping their asses 2-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like they really had to give it their all to defeat him. But, end up doing it. But I was like, yeah, man, that's definitely how they should keep it in the movie. Like, if they do another live action, I could see it going the way of Shazam and Black Adam definitely doing like that, butting heads, because the wizard both gave him the power. And it's like, so which one of us gets this power? And if I'm Black Adam, be like, you're just a kid. I'm taking this power. You can't have it. And if I'm Shazam, I'm like, you're too evil. You too greedy. I'm taking this power because I'm good. My family has it. We're trying to do good. Boom. There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, OG.
Damn.
Thanks. God.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
man. When you get a chance to watch it, dude, please watch it and report, like post whatever what you think about it, because I thought it was dope.
yeah,
Are
I
y'all
did too.
are y'all excited? Do y'all want to see Cavill and The Rock, like the Black Adam and Superman, battle each other?
I do, but with Shazam, I'm not sure I want to see it 1-on-1, but I would like the animated movie would show. I would like to see something like that.
Superman and
Right.
Shazam fighting them. You don't want to see them 1-on-1. What about? Okay, so I was thinking like in the sequel, they would probably fight and then team up to fight the big bad. What
Mm-hmm.
about that? You think about him and Black Adam? Do you think that The Rock? This is what I think. I think The Rock is Superman fan before anything, and that's why he wanted to do this so that he could get into a Superman movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he's gonna end up wanting to try to team up with Superman, like they do in the comics. But what do you think?
What do you think about that, Cook? I think that's a valid point because aside from the scenes, The Rock's Henry Cavill, one of his business managers, is also The Rock's business manager, who happens to be his ex-wife, and so they have a real good business relationship.
Right.
And I know she also fought hard to keep Henry Cavill in the costume as well. And so it's like I could very well see that happening. And if the way it's grossing, millions of dollars now,
Yeah.
and how people are really excited for it, Warner Brothers Discovery would be kind of stupid to, not necessarily just bend over, but it's like, all right, well, let's kind of give him what he want, and see the direction he want to go, and we'll go from there. Because I'm like, from Justice League, you can't go nowhere but up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to see the Snyderverse canon continue, or do you think it's gonna go back to the Whedon shit? I mean, me personally, I'd rather see the Snyderverse than the Joss Whedon verse.
Yeah, I like Snyder. I'm a Snyder fan.
Yeah.
I say the same. Keep the Snyderverse kind of canon. Like if they don't want to necessarily bring them back, they don't have to. They might could use them as a consultant or something. What's up, JJ? All day.
Look, man.
It was good.
And you could use them for a consultant if they didn't want them to direct. But I think that map has kind of already been established, and it's easier to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're saying that they might not be following the Snyderverse. That bringing Cavill back, like all that. I guess people, initially thought that because he was not coming back in the black costume, that meant they were not doing the Snyderverse. But that doesn't make sense because he was only wearing the black costume because that was like a healing suit for that movie. That's not like his new costume, so that don't mean that.
Somebody had complained about that on Twitter about, well, The Rock's not following the Snyderverse or whatever because Superman's not in costume. It's like, he never wore the black costume for a length of time like that. It was a regeneration suit.
Yeah.
He didn't have his powers when he came back from the dead to battle not Doomsday, but Cyborg Superman in the comic. He was like at what, 50, 60, 70%, 80 at best? That was it. So it was just a regeneration suit. He wasn't meant to stay in it. He was always going to go back to his classic costume.
Right.
And it's just like, anytime they do something different in a movie, they'll do it for a little bit in the comics, but when the movie get ready to come out, they're going to switch the comics back to the way it was. I look at like if anybody's familiar with the Superior Spider-Man, that was Doc Ock and Peter Parker's body.
Oh, yeah.
When the Amazing Spider-Man got ready to come out, they switched it back to Peter Parker.
Right.
But in the case of Superman, you weren't ever going to have him in the black costume for no 3 or 4 movies. It wasn't valid. They were always going to put him back in the red and blue because that's his colors. They know that. Everybody knows that. That does not mean the Snyderverse isn't canon. It just means it's like, all right, I wore this, I'm here, I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Right. Okay. What's up, Gary? I wanted to get into, She-Hulk, man. Now that the finale went by, I know you had a bunch of talks about She-Hulk, episode for episode almost. So, you know what I'm saying? What's your overall, go ahead.
No, I just thought it was funny, man. I just thought it was a funny comedy. I didn't take it seriously, and I don't think it was meant to be taken seriously. I think people that don't like it were taking it too seriously or wanted it to be serious, or didn't really understand that it wasn't meant to be serious, I looked at that show as this was Marvel sort of giving us geek guys something that our wives could enjoy with us, to bring our wives into the Marvel stuff. To, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a show that they could sit down and watch with us, that they'll enjoy too, and that's gonna get them into the shit that I'm into. That's how I looked at it. You know what I'm saying? But so I dug it for what it was. You know, I thought it was entertaining and silly in a cool way, and it was cool how they did the finale with the. I thought it was funny how they made fun of the whole, the whole thing, and made fun of, the internet and the trolls, and it was just funny, man. I thought it was funny.
Made me feel like they listening.
Yeah.
Make you feel like they're listening.
You know what I'm saying? Made me feel like they listening. You know what I mean? Like, y'all think we ain't listening, but we really are.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, aha, yeah, we got y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I liked how she in the X-Men too.
Yeah, I took it. For me, if anybody has not ever read the series Sensational She-Hulk, read that. If you're confused about the show, read Sensational She-Hulk, because it's exactly what it is.
Yep.
She breaks the fourth wall. She talks to the readers. She was doing that long before Dumb Fool was in existence. Sorry, Dumb Fool fans, but She-Hulk did it first.
Yes, she did.
And she, sexual energy, whatever, blah blah, all that stuff. That's in the comic book, and that was back in the 80s and 90s. So
Yeah,
it's
no.
like,
To keep it a buck, to all the people that complain, She-Hulk is probably the most comic accurate show that they've done.
exactly. That's where I was going with
Literally, yeah. Like even Abomination looked comic accurate versus how he did in the film. So I mean, like that the show was spot on, man. That's one of the most comic accurate projects Marvel has done, and ain't that some shit?
And I was like, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I was like, man, disappointed this past Thursday because there weren't more episodes or whatever. But I was like, all right, I can go back and binge this one and watch it again. But I was like, I really, really enjoyed this show. I laughed. I was like, at the whole thing with Josh, from how he set her up to the little dude, the intelligentsia dude, wanting to gain powers, then him looking like all stupid as the Hulk, and then when everything started hitting, and Jennifer was kind of like looking at us like, whoa, this ain't gonna work, this is too much.
Too much. Yeah.
And so, to use a wrestling term, when the Disney Plus screen thing came on, I was sitting there looking at like, man, what the hell happened to my feed? I'm sitting on my couch going off.
Yeah.
And then I see She-Hulk climbing down. I'm like, just like a wrestler, I got work. That was great. And applaud. I was like, that was great.
Yeah, you didn't grab the remote, then you weren't really paying attention. You like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I sure thought the channel had changed. I thought the channel, and I'm like, I'm not even watching it on like what they was changing it on. Like, I'm not even watching it on there, but I still thought like what happened to my channel?
Yeah.
And so it's just like again, just like in wrestling, man. I'm sorry, but and people don't realize this. But at the same point in time, they want to be worked. They want to be surprised. They want to see something, different.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when they get it, they complain about it. But this is what you wanted.
Yeah, you
so it's what you got.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, stop freaking complaining about you want to be worked, you want to be surprised, because that literally happened with She-Hulk. Again, just like Reno said, if you wasn't grabbing the remote trying to be like, man, or your tab or whatever you watching on, like, what the fuck is wrong with my feed? You have no clue.
Yeah. So, in y'all opinion, where do we go? Like, so now, where are we going? You know what I'm saying? What? Because my little theory, I've always felt like since this movie and show stuff started, where Bargain was like, the shows are gonna tie in with the movies, and it seemed like after one or two shows show us what they show us, then we dive into a movie. So, with there being more phases and more shows and more movies coming and more years of us waiting for it, previews and escalations and speculations, where do y'all think that we'll go after She-Hulk? You know what I'm saying? What show, what movie, like where are we supposed to go?
Well, I think they're gonna go to the Thunderbolts. They got Harrison Ford to play Thunderbolt Ross because the original actor died.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be interesting. Uh, but that I guess that's where they're going. I think the next, I'll say Loki 2 season 2 is coming. But yeah, it all does tie in. So all these little characters from all these shows, the Isaiah Bradley's nephew, Patriot, and Kate Bishop, and all these characters, those will be the new Avengers, and I think She-Hulk and all them, and then we'll have the Thunderbolts, and hopefully then that would lead into some Dark Avengers. But yeah, they're doing the secret invasion storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So
What about you, Spade?
I can see it leading into that. I can also kind of see them going a different route, like just maybe having She-Hulk appear in the Fantastic Four movie.
that would be
Because
great.
she was a part of the Fantastic Four at one point in time as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, she
So I
was.
mean, it might not be a big part. It might be like she's being a lawyer, and having to defend them, and also with the thing with her fling with Daredevil. Like, okay, well, she's not a lawyer anymore. Like, well, he still is a lawyer. He's in
Mm-hmm.
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah,
She's in California, I think, or whatever, or wherever she's at. But it's like, all right, well, he can open up the practice and she can run it. Our firm, I mean, that she can run it. So
yeah,
there's a
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
number of ways they can go with that, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about Daredevil. That's right. Yeah, Daredevil for sure. That's the next step. Yeah, hell yeah.
Now, also, the Secret Invasion with Samuel Jackson. That's playing a big part in this whole thing too, right? Because I mean, like that show actually is important because we ain't seen him since what movie?
Was it
Um, well, you saw him in
Captain
Endgame,
Marvel
but
or
Captain
Endgame?
Marvel.
Because in that movie he was actually a scroll, right? That was actually a scroll that was playing him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Smart.
we ain't seen him since way back.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, Secret Invasion is definitely important, and because and Loki and all that stuff, it all ties in with Kang and the time travel thing, and the multiverse thing, and so I just hope that all this develops into getting Doctor Doom as the major villain of the MCU, not just a Fantastic Four villain. Because Doctor Doom is like the real big bad of Marvel. Fuck all
Hmm.
that. Doom has done everything. Like Doom has literally been Galactus. Doom has done everything. He's done. He's fought the Beyonders. I mean, dude is beyond overpowered. So I really hope that I mean, he toys with Kang in the comics. I mean, Kang is nothing to Doom. So I hope that them making Kang the sort of big bad is really more of like a smoke screen, and I hope that Doom is going to be behind everything. That's what I'm hoping. All this shit leads to. That's the thing I want to see the most. Doctor Doom. Two things I want to see the most: X-Men and Doctor Doom.
Hmm. What about you, Spade?
I was actually going to ask Reno this question because when you said that, man, we talking to it, like it thought came to my mind. It's like, would you actually like to see as the big bad of I mean, any universe, DC or Marvel, whatever? Would you like to see more of a cosmic villain be the big bad, like we saw with Thanos and Darkseid, or something like Doctor Doom, who can take on a cosmic entity if the need be?
Yeah, because Doom can be a cosmic entity. He's perfectly at home in that world.
Mm-hmm.
He's all about science and magic. He's got both. He's got science and magic. So the science part, him being out in space and all that shit, he does all of that. That would be you know, because we have the Eternals still going, and the Celestials, and you know, Galactus still has not came really. So that's something that has to all that shit has to happen, man. And you know, I would hope that eventually this all leads to Secret Wars, and you know, we get to that shit where
That's
Doom.
phase. Ain't that in phase 7? Ain't that in phase 6 or 7?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
Didn't he? He showed that standing up there on that stage.
yeah,
Yeah.
But we got a long way to go to get to it though, because I mean that's like 24, 25. We talking about
Oh yeah, it's a
for
long.
real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Uh, um, Werewolf by Night. What's y'all thoughts on that? Because I've only watched the first episode. I don't know how many are out. Right? You know what I mean? Cause I know at
It's
least I
only
know
Oh,
at least.
it's only one. It's like a movie.
it's a
It's a
special,
movie.
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
Oh, that's all they're showing.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it was just a one. So that's going to be their new format. Is they're sort of like specials instead of shows with like 6 episodes. They're just going to do like a little 1.5 hour mini film.
mhm.
And Werewolf by Night is the first one of those that they're calling special presentations. So, but that was dope. Man Thing was phenomenal. I love that shit. I love that movie. That was really dope. Really cool.
I didn't like it as much.
Nah, I
I
loved
don't
it.
know.
I
It
thought
was
it was
some
awesome.
kind of mission for me. I don't know. Maybe it was the lack of real horror factor to me. But I get it. It was a throwback to like the noir movies back in the day. So
Yeah.
I understand that. And I'm like, I'm not hating on that because I
It's not
mean
gonna be
it's what
really
it was.
scary. Yeah, it's just gonna be like
Right.
classic
But
Wolfman.
I get because I'm like I'm sitting there watching it and I'm just like okay, Man Thing looked awesome.
Mhm.
Bottom line, Man Thing was like I want to see more Man Thing than
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
now. Like I could go with that World for Night, but like do a Man Thing series
definitely.
or a show like what Reno was saying, a special like that, just based off of Man Thing. 'Cause, like that was cool. I just couldn't really, man. Maybe I need, and I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I ain't gonna say maybe, but I am gonna go back and watch it again so I can get a clearer picture. Because sometimes you know how it is. You
It
watch
depends on
something
your
the first
mood
and second
sometimes.
time, right?
Mhm.
And you miss stuff.
Yeah,
And it's like, all right, well, maybe I'm not so sure about that because I was like, all right, I ain't gonna say that it was terrible. Just like I said, for right now, I didn't like it as much until I watch it again. And when I watch it again, I'm like, most likely my opinion is gonna change.
Mhm.
So,
True.
but for everybody that dug it, I'm like, I'm glad they did. It's like, y'all saw something, everybody saw something that I didn't see. Like, I got to go find what y'all saw.
well,
Right.
I really like the like the like the cigarette burns in the film, like little shit
Mm-hmm.
like that, little details that made it like that classic film noir, film horror, classic Lon Chaney, Dracula, Wolfman back in the day,
Yeah,
black and white, and so it was just kind of cool, like you know what I'm saying. It was just interesting. It was creative. It was different. It was fun. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it was the best thing ever, and it wasn't like all that, but it was just pretty cool. It was really cool, that they
Mhm.
did that.
I did like when he escaped out that cage, though, and started whooping their ass, man. Like,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
OG was telling me that OG was telling me that about some Easter. I hate that his phone wasn't working. He said there's a bunch of Easter eggs that he's seen about that show, and it involved the Eternals and OG. If you're in there, man, if you're in the chat still, man, put some of that in. Some of the characters you was talking about that might be affiliated with those Easter eggs that you saw. But he laid down something that was pretty cool earlier behind the scenes. Um, another movie I want to ask if y'all have seen. Have you seen the Battle of the Super Sons?
Not yet.
I bought it, but hadn't watched it yet.
Okay,
I
that one is a I watched it the other day. It's pretty cool too. learning where the story come from because I thought it was gonna be something else. But
Yeah, I don't think it's something that I would like. That's just it. Just doesn't seem like I don't know. I thought it would be kind of for kids or something. But if it's dope, if you say it's dope, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
no, it ain't no kid, it ain't no kids, nothing like that.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Have you read the Super Sons comic book, Reno?
No, I haven't. I had one, but I sold those. I don't have them anymore. But I didn't read them.
All right, I was gonna say, because I hadn't watched the movie either, but I know the Super Sons book was definitely not kiddish. You had maybe like your lighthearted, because of course John being Superman's son, so he's gonna be a lot like his father. And Damien a lot like his father. You got your light and your dark, and it was where like John thinks more like a 8 to 11 year old kid, but Damien thinks more like a 20-something or 30-something-year-old, just because how they were raised. So I
Right.
imagine the movie being something similar to that, like when you hop up off of here, that's on my bucket list to watch, and I'm like, shoot, I got a bunch of shit to watch, so that's gonna be one of them.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out tonight.
Okay. Here go OG. What he's saying? He said the WWBN, Eternals, and She-Hulk all tie in. He said I believe them all to be leading up to Blade, September of 2024.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely connected to Blade. I know that. It's definitely connected to Blade. That's for sure.
Do you
So
think? I'm gonna ask y'all this too. Do y'all think that they'll make a Tomb of Dracula movie, kind of like how Werewolf by Night was?
I think that would be cool.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like that. That would be real cool.
Because that's where Blade first debuted in
Right.
comics.
Yep. Yep. That's
Damn.
a really cool way to bring it in, man.
Damn. So where Morbius at then? What happened to Morbius? They just left him behind?
Tony fucked that up.
Yeah.
Tony ruined
He
that.
just fucking messed that up. Uh, Morbius would come in. I think that they could, if Marvel can secure the rights or do like they did with Spider-Man, and when they bring Blade in, you would
Yeah.
probably get that Midnight Suns type of movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like
Or
to see Johnny Blaze in the MCU.
Which
They gotta have Ghost Rider and all of that for Midnight Suns.
if Keanu Reeves plays Johnny Blaze, would y'all have a problem with that?
That'd be awesome.
I wouldn't. I mean, I dig it. No shade to Nicolas Cage, but it was like I hated them two Ghost Rider movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those movies
Okay.
were not good.
Yeah.
They weren't great. The first one
Chef
was the worst.
What's up, Chef?
Chef and Brim, what's good?
and I've also noticed I was reading an article the other day about how it seemed like at this moment in time we're getting more supernatural characters. What's up, Espo? Supernatural characters within our you know, it ain't all about superpower and this and that. Now it's like more about like magic and
Yeah.
being able to raise the dead and do all that type of stuff. More super. What y'all thoughts on more supernatural characters than just superpower characters that we're dealing with now?
I think it's cool, especially like definitely for October spooky season. But you knew eventually they was gonna get into it. My example is looking like Legends of Tomorrow. They went from just being sidekicks and adventurers to time travelers to dealing in magic.
Right.
And so it's like they kind of had to go there. But you have Constantine, and it's just like, I appreciate that, Chef. I got you, bro. And but you got like Constantine and others dealing and stuff like that. The superpower stuff, like Justice League Dark superpower stuff is going to come. It's going to have to, because looking like again with the example like with Black Adam and Shazam, you dealing with magical type creatures or magical type powers. You're gonna have your good and your bad of it. You're gonna have your magic, you're gonna have your sorcery. So you're gonna have to dive into them characters, supernatural characters sooner or later. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was never a big fan of like Doctor Strange or supernatural characters at all. I was more into the sci-fi and the soldier type stuff, superhero type stuff. But it's cool. It's cool. It's pretty cool. And you have to sort of like with Doctor Doom. That gives us the magic side for Doctor Doom and lets us so that when Doom does come and he's got magic as part of his repertoire of powers and stuff, fans and then the casual audience will kind of already understand the way magic works in Marvel, so it won't be so foreign,
Mm-hmm. OG also said Sir Percy of Scandia, the OG Black Knight, he think it's shown in the hieroglyphics.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
That I didn't know either.
Yeah, no.
So, cause the Black Knight, it was a good little bit of talk about the Black Knight. The comic was also selling pretty good too, and then it kind of got quiet again. So, like, what part of this whole thing is the Black Knight a part of? Is he a part of the dark part, like Dark Avengers and all that?
He's part of I think he's part of like Otherworld and Captain Britain and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Which like the whole medieval stuff, which does tie into the magic part for sure.
So when dude was getting ready to grab that thing, and on that post-credit scene, that wasn't a Black Knight related post-credit.
I took it as it was.
Huh?
I don't know.
I took it as it was.
Yeah.
What was it? Because I'm not. I can't picture what you're talking about.
At the end of Werewolf by Night, what was that thing he was grabbing, Cooks? Because I was trying to remember, like, before the life of me can't remember, but it was like whatever it was, it transformed him, so to speak.
I was actually talking about the other. It's another post-credit scene from a movie. Because dude was getting ready to was it at the end of Morbius maybe? When dude was getting ready to grab that's him in the end.
Thank you, OG.
Yeah.
The Everblade. So no, it was in Werewolf by Night.
Okay, well it was a post credit I seen because it revolves the blade because somebody said in the background don't do that, and a lot of the whatchalls was saying that was Blade talking to him because he was the white dude was getting ready to grab. I want to say it's that sword. It was a sword, and I figured that was related to. But I'm trying to remember what at the end of what movie that post credit scene at the end of what movie that was.
Oh, you just popped it up.
Somebody Eternal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about Blade when we heard Blade's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it was Blade, so OG confirmed it was Blade.
Yeah.
So
that's your boy Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So wasn't that Black Knight related?
I guess so.
I think it was.
Yeah.
So,
and then now the scene you talking about, Spade, was at the end of Werewolf by Night, right?
Yeah, because it was something that
I can't remember
what
that.
Was it? No, I was confused because I thought it was Werewolf by Night, but the end scene in Werewolf by Night was my man and man thing sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah, that's right. Because
I got a good chuckle out of that. I was like, these two monsters sitting here chilling. Like, man, that was funny.
Oh shit!
So,
I'm making some Korean food tonight, bro.
What you making?
What's up, man?
This is fried rice with kimchi. Korean fried rice. And
it look good.
And I'm about to throw down some this Korean crunchy chicken with sweet and spicy sauce right here.
Okay.
Pink.
That look good.
It do.
Okay.
Yeah, I never tried it, but I'm about to try it.
Oh, I got it, OG.
Hell yeah.
And Henry Cavill back as Superman. Are they gonna go forward? We're gonna, you know, what I'm saying, like it's everything. Because I've been hearing about directing problems in the back. You know, producers getting fired and shit like that. I've been hearing a lot of little things back and forth. So, you know what I mean, is it gonna be Henry Cavill from here till, you know, he feel like he just don't want to do it no more, like with the Rock involved and all that, going back to DC?
I would say it's a good possibility because what's his name? Walter Hamada has stepped down, i.e. got kicked out of, being head of Warner Brothers, media or whatever. So I would say it's a strong, real good possibility because I know the new guy that's head of Warner Brothers Discovery, he's a Henry Cavill fan, and he was just like, yo, pretty much like the audience had already seen him as Superman. We need to kind of keep him as Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would say so. Like
Yeah.
smart money would be to do it.
What'd you say, OG? I mean, what'd you say, Reno?
Oh,
You
I
just
said,
said
yeah, I
something.
agree. I agree. Um, yeah, and I think we're definitely gonna get Man of Steel 2, probably, hopefully, before we get Black Adam 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how that'll go though, because I would rather see The Rock. Well, no, because I guess Man of Steel 2 could happen, whatever happens in Man of Steel 2, and then The Rock and Superman would clash in Black Adam 2. But if they did it the other way, if Black Adam and Superman clash and they do that in Black Adam 2 first, and then they could team up in Man of Steel 2 and fight Brainiac together or some shit like that. You know, somebody
Mm-hmm.
new. We need some new Superman villain for sure.
That would be helpful, you know.
Talon, Brainiac, or somebody.
And
Hey, you Superman fan. What Superman Rogue Gallery character would you want to see the most that haven't been seen yet?
Brainiac on the big screen. I'm gonna say Brainiac, Bizarro. Would love to see a real accurate Bizarro on the big screen. Mongol from War World because he proposes the most physical threat to Superman.
mm-hmm.
Uh, who else you got? You got Metallo. I'd like to see Metallo.
Yeah.
You know,
Metallo, yeah.
definitely like to see Metallo, and you can do a number of ways. People like Metallo may not be a major villain. Well, he has a kryptonite heart. He kind of has his way with Superman with like when they fight. So you can
Right.
use him as the under big bad and still have the regular big bad or whatever. Or you just while he's mainly fighting over whatever, you have somebody pulling the strings or something. So I would like to see them. But definitely, I think my number one and two would be Bizarro and then Brainiac.
Yeah, yeah.
I would like to see definitely a Justice League movie where they have they villains. Like I would love to see the Justice League and the Legion of Doom like in full capacity.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I would love to
definitely.
see that movie. You know what I mean? Like almost like the cartoon. Like because if the
Yeah.
Avengers and them can do it, then
Friends.
you
Yeah.
know DC. But I think it'd be even better with DC because DC just a little more colorful. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
And seeing them villains looking almost like they look in the comics, and seeing the superheroes right there at it, and I wouldn't want to see them like all running coming to meet at one point. I like to see them all kind of like two of them battling over here, Superman and somebody battling in the middle, whatever. Lex Luthor watching everything from a building somewhere, like
Lex in the
just
green power suit. He in there.
yeah, in the power suit, yeah, you know what I mean.
Hell yeah.
Like
Like the cartoon, man. Like
the Titans, the Teen Titans running around, like trying to help, and they getting slapped around everywhere, like just, like just stuff like that, like, but without, but without the extra, like, and I ain't asking for the extra crap, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need the extra crap, like, just make it a good enough movie to where it's like, like if everybody was in this movie, like, and just everybody, some of everybody get their part,
in-game style.
You know what I mean? Even Snyder style. Give a 4-hour movie like that. Yeah, I sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
A couple of origin stories of people that we don't, not the same. We don't need no more or the regular big 5, big 6. Give us the ones that we don't get to see much. You know what I'm saying?
You got so many sources you can pull from. I've been going back reading the Justice League series that Dwayne McDuffie wrote in mid-2000s, early in the mid-2000s. And I'm like, one of them I was reading was called Injustice for All. It was the Injustice League, which was like Luthor, Joker, Sinestro, all of them, that type, just like the Super Friends versus the Justice League. And they had they ended up taking the Justice League down for a minute. So it was like, hey, you can do a movie like that, pull from stuff again. You're never gonna get a 100% comic accurate movie the way it is in the comic book.
No.
They're gonna pull from this, they're gonna pull from that, and they're gonna mash stuff together. That's what we're gonna get. It's like, be reserved to that fact. But I think when you can do something like that, like Cooks, like what you were talking about, having battle scene over here, battle scene over here, whatever, and then you can do that. And also at the same point in time, too, you can still do that, and then with everybody square off, just like the Battle of Super Friends cartoon, they running at each other, boom, going in. Like what we saw in Zack Snyder's Justice League,
right?
With the forces of Earth versus Darkseid force. Force.
Definitely.
That would be great to see, man. I mean, like, and it ain't got to be all what's the word I'm looking for? They can make it look real enough to where we won't be like take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, they trying too hard. They trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? Just pick the right characters to bring together. You know what I'm saying? And like the ones that look the same, like let them look the same. Just bring them and give us new. That's how y'all can introduce new people. Maybe somebody training with somebody or whatever. Like, Martian Manhunter. Finally, we can get to see him, what he can do. Green Lantern. Finally get our Green Lantern. We've been waiting on that,
Yeah.
Then we got
put Tyrese in the role of John Stewart.
John Stewart.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got
Didn't think about. I'm sorry, couldn't mean cook y'all, but think about something else Reno said about another Superman villain, Bloodshot.
Yeah.
Deadshot, I mean. Since he done, he's in Suicide Squad, and they said he put Superman in a coma. There's some unfinished business there.
Yep. And then that's another thing. Suicide Squad. Then you got the Titans. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all the little stories in between because, some of them don't like some of them for their reasons. You know what I mean? And then you got the big dogs make them like, that moment at the what's the headquarters? What's Justice League headquarters?
You got the Watchtower, and then there's shoot, what is it called?
You supposed to know this, baby.
The Hall of Justice.
Hall of Justice.
That's right.
When they meet up, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be an iconic. I think that would be an epic meetup, like a meeting where all of them are in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Justice League Dark. That's another one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just feel like, from as a fan watching, you know what I mean? Like, are we ever going to get that moment? Because Marvin gave us that moment. Like, I'm saying, like, and they finna get to us again. We just got to wait. and watch everything escalate and build.
Yeah.
But like it's DC because just seeing them, like that ain't enough. And then we got the Titans. Like I would love to see the Titans standing next to the Justice League in a movie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I would love to see that. But then like them stories gonna have to be explained though, cause y'all got them so separate. Cause the way Batman going, you'll never think there was a Damian or
Right.
Robin or anything. You know the way Superman going with Lois and how that's going. Like now, at the end of what you call Man of Steel, at the end of the last joint movie when Bruce bought the bank, and
Uh-huh.
so like let's just to say now she's probably pregnant, right?
Mm.
Very well could be. Yeah. Because I
So
mean,
so
look,
when
it's like,
go
look,
ahead.
you can, if enough time that went by, that child should be like 5 or 6 years old now.
Okay,
Huh.
so you know what I mean. So like it's like and see that like that's sometimes so like to a young man that don't know it, that could be confusing. Cause I used to get confused like there's a youngster watching Lois and Superman on CW, then seeing the
Mm-hmm.
movie, and I'm wondering.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see the movie, you wonder where the son is, cause you've been watching the show, and it's like, well, he should have a son, cause on the show, you know what I mean? It's almost like,
Right.
well, if I can't watch the movie, I got the show. So this is what's going on when he ain't on the movie. That's how I used to take when I was little. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but
I was gonna say, luckily, what they did, like with the like with Crisis on Infinite Earths, they went ahead and established their own multiverse. And you know, you had the two Flashes meet up, the movie Flash and the TV Flash, and they were like, you know, on Barry Allen, like, oh my goodness. So that was like the you know, the geekgasm moment, if you will. But I think that they'll go with that route because they've been pretty serious about keeping their TV and movie universes separate. One thing I would say is like, you know, Titans is on HBO Max and they put a lot of like, you know, movie stuff kind of on that. So I would be like, you know, y'all can retain
it's true.
all the things from Titans. However, the one problem with that would be Bruce Wayne because
Yeah,
he's played by a dude that was in Game of Thrones as well, like you know was talking about earlier with Jon Snow. And this guy is older, you know, than Ben Affleck. But of course, you know, because of rights, you ain't gonna never see Batman on that show. So it's like, what do you do from there? Do you go ahead and establish your own Teen Titans, or can you use the characters that's already here that we see and know? But again, what's gonna happen with Batman and Bruce Wayne?
damn man, that's a big one too. Cause I sure would rather have. I'd rather just use them. Like
Yeah,
they already prepped and ready. I rather. Yeah, I wish they would use them. You know, and then there's no cyborg. When they gonna bring the cyborg in? Cyborg's supposed to be on, you know, with Teen Titan, don't he?
it was he in Doom
Mm.
Patrol.
So I thought Cyborg was helping out training with the Teen Titans.
He traditionally, yeah, but on the show, he's on Doom Patrol.
So they got him with Doom Patrol. But it's a young one though, right?
They you kind of, I mean, teenagers, so yeah.
Damn. Okay, cause I ain't been off. So cause Doom Patrol done started back. They done started a new season.
I don't know yet. I know they're
I
getting
think
ready.
so.
Definitely, I believe.
Well, I know
I
that.
don't know.
Okay.
How many seasons did you see? Cook.
I
Either
saw
wasn't it
two.
wasn't it only like two?
Okay, I think
Yeah,
it might
I
be just
want to see
two or
two.
three. Yeah.
Cause I
Yeah.
watched the first one, and then I didn't really get into the second one. I
Me
watched the
too.
first one because I learned what everybody powers was. Then the second one, I believe they had more of a storyline to go on, and then I believe there's a new one
Mm.
because I've been seeing previews about the new shows that DC got coming. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So because they
Oh, he said he want to see a George Thomas Wayne Batman, so he want to see Flashpoint Batman.
I like to see that too.
Oh fuck yeah! That's what I'm.
I like to see that
That's
too.
why. That's the only reason I really want to see Flash because the Flashpoint. Because I'm hoping they give us a dope Thomas Wayne. That's my shit.
I like to see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
And because the Flash movie, that's still under construction, right?
No, that's
The
done. They're just
movie,
waiting to put it out. It's gonna come out.
yeah.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Okay.
The up in the air question now is are they gonna bring that fool back for a second one? And I'm like, please, God, no. Like get him out.
Spade, I want to ask you, Spade. So when you go back to work
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night, you want to do it? You want to do the wrestling portion? You want to chop it in half and do the wrestling portion? Before you go to work tomorrow?
We can.
Okay. Because we already been going an hour, and I want to be able to save it and share this right here. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be able. So when we do the wrestling portion, we'll just do just the wrestling part of it. You know what I mean? And I'll be able to get some more in because OG had some stuff that he wanted to talk that he had for the wrestling part, but I want him to be able to. But his phone Wi-Fi ain't working right, so hopefully we
You
can
know,
get it in.
unless Reno want to watch a pay per view real quick and chime in on some stuff.
He might. He might. He can watch the highlights. He can watch the highlights though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
He
was
can
gonna say,
definitely watch the highlights.
if you paying, I'll view it.
Oh, that's what we got the internet for. Hey, we got the internet for that though.
You saying,
That's right.
Some stuff you ain't got to pay for. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But I know I ain't paid for a pay per view in a long time, long time.
Well,
see,
y'all
that's
already
one
know I'm
thing.
down, so just hit me up. But listen, man, I love y'all. I got to eat this food. This shit came out beautifully, by the way.
Yeah,
OG.
do your thing.
Yeah, this came out great. So I'm gonna show you the thing.
All right.
BB Go, Korean style country chicken. So I put it in the air fryer and it came out real crispy and good. And then you toss it with the little sauce they give you. I mean, and throw it on the fried rice. Bam.
Ooh.
Yeah, we about to
Yeah,
eat. But
Chef
just
yeah,
Nick.
yeah,
know
do
about
your
that
thing.
tomorrow, man. Hit me up about that.
All right,
We'll talk. All right, y'all.
all right, man. What's up, man?
Much love.
What's up, brother?
Salute. One. Peace.
All you spade, man. Yeah, man. We'll do the wrestling portion tomorrow.
Okay.
Cause I know I do. I got I think I know I do have one more other show I gotta do. With a lady named Kim. And her show was called In Love with Kim, and she
Mm.
talks about a lot. She talks and discusses about a lot of her personal stuff that she went through, and just relationship topics and stuff like that.
They're gonna be
And
tonight or tomorrow.
tomorrow, she got
Okay.
her producer is named her producing company that her platform is what is called Savage.com. They have their own YouTube channel. So it's different. It's other people on that platform also bringing to the table whatever they got with their topics and stuff. They provide the platform and help with production. So I'll be talking with her tomorrow also as well. So I wanted to just throw that out there. So I'll be sending the link, sending the what invite to you
Invite.
that you see. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, man, it's been a while since we had a chance to do this right here. So I'm glad we got to get back in it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry, OG, that your phone was acting up, but we gonna get it right though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we gotta get
saying?
better Wi-Fi.
Uh, plus, I want to be able for us to Did you ever holler back at Donnie about us, linking up and chatting with him?
I didn't give much of a chance to after the show because like we were putting together the match. So and after the show, he was
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
everywhere.
well.
But I did mention it to him, and he's like, just let me know.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so I'll
Good,
get back
good.
to it tomorrow.
Well, I definitely want to get that, get back into hollering at some of our peoples. It's been a while since we talked to some of our friends, Cream and Cash and them, and definitely Fantasy Arts and them, because they've been making moves. I see Clement, he uh, got his picture up. He finna be at a CasaCon, or something like that,
Uh,
and he got to come. It seemed like he hit, like he's gonna be headlining that. So shout out to him. And
I got Raymond and Gabe's information, for like personal information too, and I'll shoot that to you because they got their studio up at Low Mill.
okay, okay,
And so I went by there. They wasn't there Saturday, but I went by there. And just sometime where one Saturday or something you ain't got nothing to do. We ain't got nothing to do. We gonna shoot up there and hang out and maybe film a live or whatever with them. But studio, man, it looks wonderful.
Do you work next Saturday? I said next Saturday be a good Saturday.
The one coming up,
Yeah,
yeah, I work.
cause okay, you work. Okay. I finna say, man, I said that'll be a good one, cause I think I actually requested off for it.
If I can,
23rd. Yeah.
if I can, let's see. I got a vacation day, so if I can put in for it and get it, I will. I also talked to Dub Sanders because the show they got another show, the Halloween show in Hartsel, this
Oh,
Saturday as well. So if I can get off for it, I'll we'll do the thing. But it's
all
gonna be
right.
kind of tricky because I got to work Friday, so I get
Yeah,
off Saturday morning.
you gotta
So
work for it. Yeah, I see what you're
we'll see
saying.
how it works and everything. But if not, then we'll have to just coordinate something.
Okay, okay, no problem. All right, well, shout out to everybody that was able to join in. Shepard Grams, you know what I'm saying? OG, Six, shout out to him as well. Everybody that was able to join in and chop it up with us for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do the rest of episode 97. We're gonna do the wrestling part tomorrow. Get a little more info in on my end for sure, because we definitely have some stuff that we want to talk about and chop
Yeah.
up on, because the wrestling industry is once again bubbling, boiling. There's a lot of stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait till we get a chance to chop it up on it. Plus, to get you to talk about your match one more time. I have a couple of little questions I want to ask you just as far as in the ring and being back in there. Cause I seen some of your posts, so I could tell you was
Mm.
doing some heavy meditation and thinking on it. You know what I'm saying? You just wasn't just jumping in there. So I feel like
Nah.
that'll be something interesting to talk about too. So other than that, I'm gonna be downloading this show right here, and I'll be uploading it on YouTube. So
Okay.
if anybody want to watch it again, of course they can always find it on here or go on there. Make sure y'all sub to the channel. Uh, let everybody know where to find you at. Plus, you got another page. I see you got a new page.
You can find me at of course here on Instagram at Spadeonomics, Twitter Spadeonomics Comics. Let's see, my personal Instagram is Notorious187. My YouTube channel 187. So I put my comic book and my wrestling stuff up on there, so y'all can see that on there. So yeah, that's where you can find me at.
No doubt. And y'all know y'all can find me at Always Cooks24. Uh, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Facebook is Cook Mad, but everything else is Always Cooks24. And excuse me. Y'all make sure y'all catch us again. Um, You know what I mean? We're gonna keep on, get the ball back rolling, man. You know what I'm saying? Have fun catching up. Some stuff I don't know about or behind on, so I just like to listen and catch up and get the information in. So if I get quiet, I'm listening because I didn't know. You know what I mean? For real. So other than that, man, any last words, man, before we be out?
Shoot, man. Thank everybody for tuning in and for supporting us. Support us. We support you right back. Support for support. And support your local comic shop,
Yes.
wrestling shows. If you're a wrestling fan, go check out Black Adam. Check out She-Hulk if you haven't watched it. And enjoy what you enjoy. Don't let nobody tell you what to enjoy, or everything stuck because your opinion gonna be different from theirs. So just enjoy what you enjoy. I enjoy what I enjoy and just have fun with life.
Yes. Yes. Keep it like that. Got to. You gotta enjoy it. If you can't enjoy yourself, then ain't no fun in it. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
So, all right then. Well, other than that, much love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be out. Fade, I'll be hitting you up in the behind the scenes, man.
All right then, bro.
All right, bro, man. Much love to you. Okay.
Much love right
All
back
right.
at you.
Much love, common dude. Shout out to the common dude.
Peace.